country in southern Africa. Located along the Atlantic coast, with majestic desert landscapes and a unique ecosystem. Here, there are endless deserts, vast white sands, many rare animal species, and star-filled skies. With its pristine and majestic beauty, this place is like a surreal land, completely different from the rest of the world. They've been here, you. Planet outside Earth. Also has countless fascinating and unbelievable things, like a wall in a desert, for extremely harsh places. And there are many other strange things waiting for us to explore. Let's sit back, ensure a stable internet connection, and explore everything in this video. 11 strange and unbelievable things found only in Namibia. Planet outside Earth. When it comes to Namibia, everyone knows the fame of its pristine and magnificent natural landscapes, especially the quiver tree forest, also known as the upside-down tree forest. This forest is located about 14 kilometers northeast of Deadvlei city. It is home to about 250 quiver trees, a native species of Namibia. The quiver tree is a succulent, with a tall, hollowed trunk and leaves that look like roots. So, from a distance, the quiver tree forest looks like an upside-down forest, right? The reason the quiver tree has such a peculiar shape is due to its adaptation to a harsh living environment. Water is extremely scarce in Namibia, so the quiver tree developed root-like leaves to absorb moisture from the air. Beyond its unique beauty, the quiver tree forest holds significant cultural meaning for Namibians. They regard the quiver tree as a symbol of strength and resilience. They believe this tree brings luck to anyone who worships and cares for it. Another little-known interesting fact is that Namibia is rich in diamonds. It is said that if you dig up one of these trees, you'll live in wealth for life. But since these trees are considered sacred, no one wants to dig them up. What a waste, right? If this were in our country, who knows what would happen? You can probably guess, right? You might not know, deep beneath Namibia lies a water-filled cave called Dragon's Breath Cave, which hides the world's largest non-glacial underground lake. For decades, the world didn't know the true extent of this water body, as explorers could only dive to limited depths. However, thanks to recent technological advances, the cave's secrets have gradually. Accordingly, recent robotic surveys show that S Breath Cave is over 200 meters deep, making it difficult to determine the lake. But many experts believe it covers about 2 hectares, surpassing Lost Sea, the largest non-glacial underground lake in the US and the second largest in the world, estimated at 1.8 hectares. Namibia is a coastal country in southern Africa with arid landscapes. Namib. The vast, empty place. This African country has at least 124 caves, most of which are in the Ajazanjupa region, including Dragon's Breath Cave. The cave's name is said to come from the warm, moist air blowing out at the entrance, greeting explorers. Beyond the entrance, most parts of the cave are nearly lightless, with clear and strange lake water. Life still exists in the form of worm-like creatures and small shrimp. Additionally, according to a BBC documentary on Africa by the famous British naturalist David Attenborough, with his dragon-like breath, is also home to the yellow-footed fish. Blerodactylus cavaniculus, a species of carp, possesses unique beauty and is classified as critically endangered according to the IUCN Red List. Isn't it mysterious and fascinating? The eerie ghost town. I bet you wouldn't dare spend a night in a place like this, because behind this town lies a mysterious and chilling story. It is known that about 100 years ago, the town of Kolmanskop was once very prosperous. But now it has become a ghost town and is gradually being buried by desert sand. Kolmanskop is a town in the Namib Desert in southern Namibia, though small. It was once a very famous diamond hub. After discovering the area was full of diamonds, hundreds of miners from Germany flocked to Kohlmanskop, causing the remote land to become increasingly prosperous. Kohlmanskop was built in the architectural style of a German town, with full amenities and recreational areas like a casino, cinema, swimming pool, dance hall, power plant, and ice-making factory. However, the town began to decline after World War I, and that was also when the diamond mines gradually depleted. Finally, in 1954, Kohlmanskop became a deserted ghost town, when a German architect, also the last resident, left the town. After decades of abandonment, the houses are being invaded by sand. Sand flooding inside, creating a desolate and cold scene, making anyone who comes here shudder. But in recent years, Kohlmanskop has become a popular tourist attraction. This town has also been chosen by directors as a filming location for many famous movies. Still, I wouldn't dare go there. What about you? Surprisingly, although Namibia is a country in the African desert region, its climate is not as hot as many people think. With average temperatures ranging from 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, Namibia is actually a place with fairly cool weather. Throughout the year, the country often receives refreshing sea breezes from the Atlantic Ocean, which mitigates the harshness of the heat and helps maintain a more pleasant living environment compared to other desert regions in the world. Interestingly, although located near the coast, Namibia does not experience the humidity commonly found in other coastal areas, thanks to topographic effects and a cold Benguela current from Antarctica. Nevertheless, in January and February, temperatures in Namibia can still peak, reaching around 40 degrees Celsius. This is when the hottest summer occurs, though still incomparable to the extreme heat of major deserts like the Sahara or Thar. Therefore, if traveling here, you must be very cautious and avoid these months. Additionally, not only temperature, but rainfall is also a key factor shaping Namibia's climate. With low average rainfall, the country frequently faces drought conditions. Especially in inland and southern regions, the main rainy season occurs from November to April. But rainfall is not abundant or stable, making life in desert areas more difficult. Overall, Namibia is a country with an arid climate and stable temperatures, not too hot but also not too cold. This creates favorable conditions for living and tourism, with distinctive and diverse natural landscapes from deserts to highlands. Given these conditions, I think this would be a quite interesting trip for you. All this time, I thought Vatican City and Mongolia were the two countries with the lowest populations in the world. But I was wrong. Namibia, with an area larger than Vietnam, has a population of only about 2.6 million. Making it a sparsely populated country, ranking third in the world, just after Mongolia and Vatican City. With a total area of over 825,000 square kilometers, Namibia is home to various ethnic and racial groups. About 85% of the population is black, with ethnic groups like Obambo, Katandro, and Herero making up the majority. The European origin group accounts for about 5%, including Germans, South Africans, and the remaining approximately 10% are ethnic groups such as Kabacolor, Nama, and Rujor Border. The official and most common language in Namibia is English, due to influence from the British colonial period. Notably, despite its sparse population, Namibia stands out for its diverse culture and the hospitality of its people. When visiting here, you will not only be amazed by the majestic landscapes of the Namib Desert and Natasha National Park, but also captivated by the enthusiasm and friendliness of the locals. They are willing to share about their culture, history, and homeland scenery, regardless of where you come from. With its majestic natural beauty and the profound hospitality of its people, Namibia is an attractive destination for those who love to explore and experience new things, isn't it? The Namib Desert has barren circles with diameters ranging from 2 to 15 meters, often surrounded by a ring of grass. Legend has it that these fairy circles are the footprints of gods. But some also believe they are UFO landing sites, while scientists have their own hypotheses. But in reality, no one truly knows how these strange circles in the coastal Namib Desert form. Fairy circles are evenly distributed circular clearings on the dry grasslands across the Namib, looking like polka dots on fabric when viewed from above. Scientists have been studying them since the 1970s, with many hypotheses about their formation and purpose. But to this day, no one has been able to prove why they exist, and the real answer has remained a mystery for decades. What's noteworthy is that when science cannot clearly explain, mystical and science fiction explanations still emerge. Such as dancing fairies creating the circles and preventing plant growth, or UFOs landing on the desert at night. Among these, there are some explanations considered reasonable for the existence of the fairy circles. Some scientists believe the formation of fairy circles is related to termites. Termites have made the Namib their home. Research has shown that beneath most fairy circles, there is the presence of termite colonies. This hypothesis suggests that termite colonies invade and compete with each other, but when colonies of similar size meet, they cannot destroy each other, thus creating buffer zones between them. However, all of this remains just hypotheses. The mystery of the fairy circles is still unsolved, and although scientists have certainly made much progress since the 1970s, we may never truly know what the purpose of these circles is. It's truly magical, everyone. Can you guess where these circles come from and for what purpose? If you can guess, you must be a hidden genius. The world's oldest desert. You may have heard of the world's largest deserts like the Sahara, or the terrifying and deadly desert, or part of no return like the Khan. However, do you know which is the oldest desert on this planet? That is the Namib Desert in Namibia, approximately 80 million years old. The Namib is considered one of the oldest deserts on Earth. A symbol of nature's endurance and majesty, located along the southwestern coast of Namibia. This desert stretches for thousands of kilometers, bordering the deep blue Atlantic Ocean. Despite enduring aridity for millions of years, the Namib Desert is not a barren, dead land. Alongside the desert landscape with its vast sand dunes, this place also harbors rich life. Thick fog from the sea moistens and nourishes strange frog-drinking plants, along with other plant species, creating a poetic and mystical image. Large sand dunes form from the accumulation of sand over billions of years stand out in the vast desert. These dunes can reach heights of up to 300 meters, equivalent to an average mountain, giving a sense of the greatness and invincibility of time and nature. The Namib is not only a destination for geology and ecology researchers, but also a place that attracts those who love to explore and experience its stunning and unique natural landscapes. It is a lesson in the endurance and vitality of nature that humans still admire and learn from. Land of wildlife. Namibia, one of Africa's most biodiverse countries, is known for its extensive system of parks and rich and vast wildlife reserves. Over 40% of the country's land area is strictly managed to conserve wildlife species. Animal populations in Namibia are becoming richer thanks to conservation efforts. The numbers of leopards, lions, zebras, antelopes, oryx, and rhinos are increasing significantly, although natural resources have declined due to drought, poaching, and war. Namibia has three main reserves famous for biodiversity and wild landscapes. Among them, Etosha National Park is the most prominent destination with one of Africa's largest wild ecosystems, featuring vibrant roads with many exotic animal species. Waterberg National Park, with its limestone peaks, also conserves many rare animal species. Additionally, the Cape Cross Seal Reserve is considered the leading conservation organization for seals in Namibia, attracting tourists with thousands of seals on the beach. Driving at night is prohibited. S. Confusing, ISN. In Namibia, nights are truly dangerous, and driving, even calling a car at night, has become a nightmare. Many wild animals are nocturnal, crossing roads and frequently causing traffic accidents. If you must travel at night, remember not to exceed safe speeds, as you can experience tire blowouts, vehicle breakdowns, or accidents. There are many wild animals here, and at least 80% of roads in Namibia are gravel, so more cautious driving is needed. Especially if you pass through agricultural areas with manually locked gates, it's best not to enter, or livestock might escape and attack you. Therefore, exploring this rural area at night is really not a good idea. One of the most dangerous areas in the Namib Desert, harsh and uninhabitable, stretching 500 kilometers. Including towering dunes and shipwrecks along the Atlantic coast, is called the Skeleton Coast. Extending from southern Angola to central Namibia. This area is named so due to many whale carcasses along the coast and nearly 1,000 shipwrecks scattered over centuries. The Skeleton Coast is often shrouded in thick fog, formed when the cold Benguela current from the Atlantic meets hot air from the Namib Desert. This fog creates extremely dangerous conditions for ships navigating, and indigenous people call this place the land god created in anger. Notably, while sailing along the West African coast, Portuguese explorer Diogo São passed the Skeleton Coast in 1486. Later, São and his crew erected a cross engraved with a Portuguese coat of arms. But the fierce dunes of the Namib Desert and harsh climate quickly pushed them back to sea. After this place became famous as the Gates of Hell. Thank you for watching this. Subscribe to the Guy and Migo channel so you don't miss exciting videos.